My name is Mike Sampson. I am a coordinator and staff member in the Office of Fraternity and Sorority Life at Florida State University. Some of my day-to-day operational pieces, I serve as the primary advisor to the Interfraternity Council, known as IFC for short. A lot of what I do is honestly advising students, and so I have an executive council, a student group of 7 individuals that I advise personally, professionally, how to do well in their role, how to thrive as a student leader on campus. In addition to that, it's a lot of crisis management, chaos management in my day-to-day. We have currently right now 16 active organizations with the Interfraternity Council and 48 chapters in our community of over 6,100 students. So a lot of that day-to-day is everything from education to learning and development and training for students to brief counseling and working through their personal issues with their organization, and just providing any support and resources that they need and advocating for them on campus in different spaces.
My name is Carrie Mella, and I am one of the associate directors in the Office of Fraternity Sorority Life. I oversee all things risk management, so that's everything from strategy and programming to data management and tracking who from every chapter has gone to risk management program. And so on a daily basis, that's everything from managing social events, working with our council exec officers to do that. It's also working on some compliance stuff with our hazing prevention module that all of the people joining our community have to do. And then some of the more fun stuff like working with students to create programs that are going to be impactful, working on officer training, things like that.
My name is Aubrey Wynn. I am a coordinator in the Office of Fraternity and Sorority Life. I work primarily with the Panhellenic Association and doing all sorts of day-to-day things with them, whether that is advising the council, the individual officers and positions, working individually with the chapters in the Panhellenic Council, and then also developing different types of leadership programming, education, working with other people in our office on risk management, but working really specifically with that one council.
So my name is Freddie Juarez, and I am the Associate Director of Fraternity Sorority Life at Florida State. And I primarily focus on working on the strategic planning within the office, the budgeting, the HR. I also work on the technology and assessment pieces within the office, as well as advise Panhellenic in conjunction with one of our coordinators and work on the curriculum development for all of our programs and our large-scale logistics for some of our programs too.
One of the things that I like most about the job, and I think people who aren't in our office a lot wouldn't know, is that we work a lot on an individual basis too. And so it's not that we are out to get chapters by any means, or that we're only working with chapter presidents, but really being able to talk through issues and on a daily and hourly basis are talking about actual things going on in the community and how we can solve it. And with students regularly, like I learn more about our community and talk about ways to fix it at the white table in our office than I think anywhere else on campus are having those conversations. And so I think that's one thing that people wouldn't necessarily know.
I think that people don't have a conceptualization of the amount of education that we provide about things that are not fraternity and sorority, like operation management. Like yes, there are conversations that we have about like how to run an organization, how to run a business, but the vast majority of educational conversations and programming and pieces that we're doing are about real life, bigger than fraternity and sorority life things. So we are having real conversations with chapters, with individuals about equity, about diversity, about how to show up and be there for people around us, how to intervene in situations that are dangerous, how to care about the world that we live in. And so I think that the amount of education that we do on that would surprise a lot of people.
I think like the best part is probably like the aha moments that I really appreciate, like especially when the students don't like see the progression over time, and then all of a sudden it's like that click in their head of like, oh, I get it, we're like, I did that. And like to see them being immensely proud of the work or the change or the the culture movement that they're progressing in, and see them like self-actualize that this is going on and this is part of their own work, is really fulfilling for me as an advisor to see that come across their face and their demeanor.
I think my favorite part of the job is to get to develop some close partnerships with some of fantastic student leaders. I really think that the joy that I get from being able to see a freshman coming through and working with that freshman through sophomore year, junior year in various leadership roles and programs and then seeing them graduate in this, as a senior, like I think there's nothing more beautiful than to see someone that I saw during sorority recruitment as an excited and eager P&M grow to be a Panhellenic president, and then graduate as a senior and see them now either in grad school or going into the consultant program, or going into a job where they're incredibly successful and utilizing all the skills that we got to work on. And we don't need the thank yous. I think it's nice to hear sometimes when we come back and hear like, wow, like I didn't realize that I was going to be using what we learned that summer in my internship, but I use it every day. And so I think those are really cool moments, and it reminds me of why we do what we do.
The best part of the job for me is seeing the impact on life that we are able to have. So kind of to go along with what I think people don't really know about our position and what we do in the Office of Fraternity and Sorority Life, we get to have impact on people as human beings and help people grow to be better in their internships, in their jobs, in their friendships, in their relationships, and being able to see conversations that I've had come to fruition just about how people are able to work with others or feel more confident in themselves or in their abilities. Like those are the pieces that remind me why I'm doing what I'm doing, that make me care on the days that are really long or really hard. Like looking back at those individual connections and the individual impact that we were able to have that then has that ripple effect out, like that makes every single day worth it.